Founded in 1762, Barings Bank financed the Louisiana Purchase, weathered 2 world wars, and survived the rise and fall of the British Empire. They were the ultimate symbol of financial stability. To understand the absolute trust people placed in this institution, you only need to look at their client roster. Even Queen Elizabeth II held her personal accounts with Barings. But in 1992, the bank hired a 24-year-old from the working-class suburbs of London named Nick Leeson. He didn't have an elite university degree. He had failed his high school math exams. Yet Barings sent him to Singapore to run their brand-new futures trading division. 2 centuries of pristine reputation had bred a specific kind of arrogance at the top levels of Barings. The executives in London believed their legacy protected them, completely ignoring the gritty, high-speed reality of modern electronic trading that their newest recruit was about to navigate. The Singapore International Monetary Exchange was loud, analog, and prone to delays. Trades were executed with hand signals and paper tickets. In July 1992, a minor system lag meant Leeson's team couldn't match a buyer to a seller in time. The market moved, and the bank was suddenly out about $10,000. Standard protocol is to report the mistake to London, take the tiny hit, and move on. But Leeson was terrified of losing his new, high-status job. Instead of reporting it, he hid the negative balance in an obscure error account numbered 88888. He assumed he could easily make a few clever trades the next day, win the money back, and erase the account. That single choice to conceal a routine clerical error laid the groundwork for an institutional death spiral. When he tried to trade his way out of that $10,000 hole, the market went against him. Within a few months, the debt snowballed to £2 million. By 1993, it was $23 million. To understand how London never noticed this cratering graph, look at this secondary layer. Barings allowed Leeson to occupy 2 jobs at once. He was the chief trader making the bets, and the head of settlements reporting the results. He was literally auditing his own work. To the executives back home, that plunging red line looked like a flat, profitable line. And the cover-up was embarrassingly crude. To satisfy London's auditors, Leeson forged bank documents using scissors, glue, and a fax machine. He simply cut a signature off a real letter, pasted it onto a fake balance sheet, and faxed it over. It worked because Leeson was reporting massive fictional profits alongside these forged documents. Blinded by the bonuses tied to those fake returns, senior management eagerly wired hundreds of millions of dollars to Singapore to fund his ongoing trades, never once questioning the impossible numbers. By late 1994, Leeson was drowning. He had hidden hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, drinking heavily to cope with the stress, all while playing the part of the most successful alpha trader in Asia. He needed a miracle to wipe the slate clean. He attempted a financial Hail Mary known as a short straddle. A trader sells options betting the market will go up, and simultaneously sells options betting it will go down. If the market stays completely flat and stable, the trader keeps the fees from both bets and makes a fortune. But watch the risk parameters. While the potential profit is capped at whatever fees you collected, the downside is theoretically infinite. If the market suddenly swings violently in either direction, you have to pay out on those bets, and the losses will destroy you. As you are watching this, you are probably enjoying it. You can continue watching more such videos by subscribing to our channel and following our Facebook page. Also, to understand the reach of this video, we would like to know which city you are in. On January 17, 1995, Leeson's need for perfect stability collided with a black swan event. A massive earthquake struck Kobe, Japan, killing thousands and leveling the city's infrastructure. The Japanese stock market plummeted in response. Leeson's fragile, tightly balanced bet on a stable economy shattered instantly. Panicking, he doubled down. He requested even more money from London and bought thousands of new futures contracts, trying to single-handedly prop up the entire Japanese stock market with Barings cash. By February, his hidden account was $1.4 billion in the red. Financial leverage operates on a razor's edge. When a rigid, high-risk strategy meets an unpredictable real-world disaster, attempting to trade your way out only accelerates the collapse. The charade ended in late February 1995. A single clerk noticed a massive discrepancy and brought it to a visiting auditor. Knowing he was out of excuses, Leeson left a note that simply read, "I'm sorry." He grabbed his wife and fled for the airport. Back in London, the bank's executives finally opened account 88888. Over the course of a single weekend, they realized the horrifying truth. The losses exceeded the bank's total trading capital twice over. They were completely insolvent. Barings appealed to the Bank of England for a bailout, but the hole was too deep. The Queen's Bank declared bankruptcy, was stripped for parts, and was eventually sold to the Dutch banking group ING for exactly £1. It took 233 years to build Barings' global prestige, and it took a single rogue trader leveraging unchecked derivatives less than 3 years to erase it entirely. Leeson was eventually arrested in Germany and extradited back to Singapore. He was sentenced to 6.5 years in Tanah Merah, a brutal maximum security prison housing local triad gangs. The stress and conditions took a severe physical toll. While incarcerated, Leeson was diagnosed with colon cancer, surviving a massive tumor and emergency surgery before being released early for good behavior. The most terrifying aspect of the Barings collapse is how simple it was. There were no complex supercomputer algorithms at fault. The destruction was driven entirely by basic human emotions, a 24-year-old's desperate fear of looking like a failure, and an institution's blinding greed for profits. When a corporate culture refuses to tolerate small, honest mistakes, employees will go to dangerous lengths to hide them. And as Barings learned the hard way, those hidden failures will eventually grow large enough to devour the empire from the inside out.